Hello and welcome to HITC Top Corner Gaming. Today we are looking at 12 players who have featured on every Football Manager game since 1997. So this stretches back to the 97-98 season, obviously, where Championship Manager had been up and running for a few years or so. Of course, the franchise ended up splitting like one direction, which coincidentally also left fans in puddles of tears, but as we know, out of the ashes came Football Manager, so it's all good. Kind of like how we now have Zane. Right, enough of the bull. Without further ado, 12 on our list, it's the legend that is Gianluigi Buffon. Remarkably, the smooth and suave Boof is Parma's number 2 when you load up the 97 game. But despite this and being only 19 years old, he has a huge wealth of 20 out of 20 stats. It's safe to say the developers knew the Italian hero would go on to big things. Cue 20 years later and his club Parma have collapsed and risen. Buffon, well, he's just remained solid as a rock, and now even at 39 years old, he's still one of the best keepers on the game. Staying with a keeper but switching from the regular shorts and socks to pyjamas, yeah, we're talking about GABOR. He's busy minding the nets for Haladas in his home nation Hungary, and probably trying to decide on a flattering new Christmas onesie for the festive period. Ugh, enough of the pyjamas jokes, they're pants anyway. 10, and it's a player we all still have no idea how he earned an England cap. HENDRIE. A winger on the game, the Villa man had 15 for creativity, 19 shooting, wow, 16 flair and some other decent stats. Fast forward to now and it's a miracle he's still on the game. A free agent, he was last seen playing for Redditch on step 7 of the ladder in the Southern League Premier Division. As you can see, his stats aren't quite the same, but we can only salute old HENDRIE for being one of few players who have played the beautiful game for such a long period. From one legend to another, ANDREA Pirlo. No, we jest. Pirlo is actually quite good. On the 97 edition, and Pirlo is just a shadow of the man he is now. I mean, he's a left-sided forward for starters. The 18-year-old obviously goes from strength to strength over the games, and his stats never really dip. Despite retiring in real life, he's still on FM18 awaiting the curtain to come down on the final MLS season. Hero, legend, icon. If I could go back in time, there's probably one thing I'd do, and that's sign Pirlo on every Football Manager game. 11 Pirlos, that's what dreams are made of. 8, Andrew TODD. Wait, do we mean Andy Todd? Andy bloody Todd? Hell yeah. Todd is at Nottingham Forest on Champ Manager 97 before forging out a long career that takes him to Worksop, Hucknall, Accrington, Mansfield, Matlock, and bizarrely he was last on loan in the Midland Football League. I didn't even realise that loan deals existed at that level. He's 38, a free agent, and you can chuck him anywhere down the wings. Holler in the comments if you remember Andy Todd. 7, and we're in India with ROBBIE KEANE. In real life, Nkino is tearing up for Kolkata, having left LA Galaxy. And that's exactly what he's doing on the game. He's scored 10 goals in 22 games with 7 assists according to one of our simulations. He may be 37, but perhaps the Irishman could still make a decent signing for any of you playing with a lower league club in England. He's only on 70k wages per week. Okay then, stupid idea. Next, here's a player you definitely didn't realise was still around, Juan Sebastian Veron. At the ripe age of just 42 years old, he decided to come out of retirement and is technically player chairman of Argentine side Estudiantes. Rewind the clocks back to Champ Manager 97 and the 22-year-old has some serious potential. 20 set pieces, 20 flair with 17 technique. Not sure that was the Veron we saw at Manchester United though. 5, Roberto. What? He's still playing? At 43 years old, Roberto is an absolute don. Here, he's a free agent but still has loads of quality attributes. Incredibly, his career kick-started long before the Champ Manager 97, back in 1989. Literally, pick up any FM game and he will be there. FM 10 at Bayer Leverkusen, FM 12 with Gremio, and FM 16 with Palmyra. Yep, he's played for like 12 different clubs. 4, Wes Brown. Playing in India, it's safe to say the career of Wes has slowly been winding down, mainly since he joined Sunderland. My witty correlation there? I don't know, Sunderland are just rubbish. 10 years ago though, and Wes is something of a hot prospect. A 17-year-old defender with 20 for heading, and above all, 15 for creativity. 15 for creativity, Wes Brown. Final 3, of course, this guy's still knocking about, he'll never retire, Kenny Miller. Back on this CM game, and Miller was perhaps a lord of the manor. We think he owned a few ponies and wore only tuxedos to games. You see, he's actually known as Kenneth III. Good old Kenneth has 20 for creativity and 20 technique, with 7, a measly 7 for aggression. What just happened to this poor, sweet, innocent 17-year-old schoolboy called Kenneth, who turned into Kenny Miller? Not least, and not last, see what we did there, Clinton Morrison. Clint plays for Mickleover Sports in the Northern Premier League if you're looking for a random non-league side to start with. Clinty Poos is just 18 on CM97. It really is hard to picture him in his teenage years. Odd. Number 1, who remembers or knows of Kazuyushi Miura? No, really, I need help here. I have no idea who he is. Apparently back in 97 he starts the game at Verdi. Yeah, that team. And get this, he's 30 years old. He was Japan's first superstar, so screw you Juichi Inamoto, and is still riding out that fame as a 50-year-old in the Japanese Division 2. It's a league that isn't initially on the game, so you're going to have to find it and add it to FM18. You know, if you just really want a 50-year-old Japanese man in your team. That does it for HITC Top Corner Gaming. Please comment below and tell us about your favourite player from this list. There's actually 27 players in total, so we've left a link to them in the comments. It includes the likes of Roy Carroll, the ex-Manchester United keeper, if you can call him that, and also Shay Given, and many more. Remember to like and subscribe HITC Top Corner Gaming.